Okay, so we need a reference architecture to use as we work through our journey to learn about virtualization and cloud computing. And the architecture we've been using so far in recent semesters in this class is WordPress. According to WordPress.com, WordPress is the world's most popular website builder. 43% of the web is built on WordPress, so I guess it's good that you're actually learning how to deploy and manage WordPress along the way. So the thing about modern web applications is most of them store their data in a database. They have a web server as a front end, and they have some sort of scripting language that the web server runs to access the data in the database. In the case of WordPress, it is a what is commonly referred to as a LAMP stack, Linux, Apache, MySQL, PHP. So PHP is the scripting language that the web server runs to access the data that's stored in the MySQL database. WordPress started out as an open source and is still an open source application, but as many open source applications do, it also turned into a commercial offering. So if you go to WordPress.com, you can sign up to have your WordPress site hosted at WordPress, where you don't have to do anything from a server side. You pay money, they run everything for you. That's not very exciting for us, so we want to go to WordPress.org. WordPress.org is where you can get the code you need to run WordPress on your own system. So if you go to WordPress.org, look at the documentation, you can download WordPress here. You can check the install guide, and here are the versions of the stuff it recommends: PHP 7.4 or greater, and MySQL version 5.7, or MariaDB version 10.4. MariaDB is a database that forked off of MySQL at some point and has some different features that some people prefer. That either one of those databases. If we look at the installation guide, we can look at the basic instructions where it just says, download it and unzip it, create a database, user that has privileges, do this other stuff, and then we get to the detailed instructions where they give you exact commands. So theoretically, right now, if I wanted, and maybe I will in the future, I could be like, hey, go install Linux, and then install WordPress in it in the virtualization environment. But that's not what we're going to do, because this is not a Linux class. This is a virtualization class. So fortunately for us, there is a organization company called Bitnami that makes virtual machines already built with the software running. So if we go to bitnami.com and look at what they have available, they have a lot of applications available. So if we click on application catalog, it shows all the different stuff you can get ready to run software mostly already configured. So what we're going to get, what we want to have, is WordPress. Couple different ways they have available to you to run it. You want to run it in the cloud, you get either of these, Docker or Kubernetes. You get that. We want a virtual machine, so we're going to get a virtual machine and download virtual machines. This is in the OVA format, which we're going to learn about as we work through the virtualization portion. So we're going to want to get that OVA. It says sign in. We can skip that. We just want to download. So it's going to download this OVA file, and we're going to need that for the Module 2 lab, where we use VMware Workstation. So that's the architecture we're going to use as our sample architecture as we work our way through the virtualization and cloud parts of the class.